What's up? And today we're going to make some homemade ice cream. I'll show you how to do that, tools, some equipment you might need, and more importantly the recipe. It's just plain vanilla, but it's the best one around. Alright, let's go over the tools that we're going to need first. Most importantly is the ice cream maker itself. I took out the ice cream maker from the box and took it all apart on the counter. That way I could go through and clean all the components. Now, I cleaned these before I put it away last time, but you definitely want to make sure you clean it again because these things have a tendency to sit for a long period of time. Next is a mixer. This is not required, but it helps. So we're going to use a mixer, something to measure out cups and half cups, a 2 tablespoon, and half teaspoon measure. By the way, on the mixer, we're going to use this attachment. I don't know what it's called, but that's what we're going to use. So here's the ingredients that we're going to need, and I'll go ahead and list them off. We're going to need 4 eggs. Then we're going to need 2½ cups sugar, 6 cups of whole milk, 4 cups of light cream. This is half and half, and 4 cups is exactly 1 quart. Then we're going to need 2 tablespoons vanilla extract and half teaspoon salt. The other ingredients that aren't listed here is you're going to need about a 20-pound bag of ice and a whole bunch of rock salt to drop the temperature. First thing we're going to do is add our 4 eggs. And then we're going to start mixing these until they're light. Okay, now we're going to add in the sugar. And we're going to do this gradually, just as not overpower everything. We'll wait for that to thicken up a bit. And then we'll add the milk and half next. Nice and light, we're going to start adding the half and half. You want to let it mix in there, don't add the whole thing all at once. Depending on your settings, you might want to slow it down at this point too. I'm going to slow mine down. Next is the milk. Okay, and here goes our 6 cup of milk. And we'll get our half teaspoon of salt. Mix up in there. And last is our 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. Get that nice dark tint to it. And we're going to let that stir for a little while longer until that color is blended all the way out and everything looks even and uniform. Okay, everything looks good. Let's go ahead and shut it off. Open up the mixer. And then what we're going to do is we're going to transfer that to the actual ice cream cylinder. I'm going to put this down in the sink just in case we have a problem. Let's see if I could do this. Beautiful. All right. Okay, next we're going to put in the stir. Slide that right down in there. It does sit on a little dimple in the middle, so make sure you find that little dimple. And then we're going to go add the lid to it. See that little notch on the lid right there. Matches up with that little thing right there. Found it. It's good. Now we're going to transfer it to the container. Okay, we've put it in to the wood basin now. And now we're going to start adding ice. And this is the most important part. You want to add a thin layer of ice, probably about 2 inches down at the bottom. And then start adding rock salt in a layer around it. Then another 2 inches, then another layer of rock salt, then another 2 inches, another layer of rock salt. When you do the initial one, you want to make sure that you keep the whole cylinder standing straight up and down so it's even in the ice. Here we are. I've used about 12 pounds of ice already, filled it up, layered it ice, salt, ice and salt, ice and salt. And now the next step we're going to do is we're going to put the motor on. You're going to be kind of careful how you do this. Hook it in the one side. Make sure your cord, is out of the way. And then you're going to hook it in this side. Now a lot of the times it won't just drop down in there. So a lot of times what you end up having to doing is start the motor, and while it's turning and trying to get the cylinder spinning, that's when you force it down in the tab the rest of the way and then pull the lock over it. It's important while your ice cream is mixing to go back and check on it multiple times and add salt and ice to it as necessary to keep the level above there. While it's freezing, it'll expand a little bit inside the chamber and climb up the walls. So you don't want your ice level to get down too low, otherwise it won't freeze. Now it takes about 20 minutes to freeze completely. Depending on your ice cream maker, how old it might be, yours might slow down and stall. If it keeps slowing down and stalling, try to unjam it and get it going again. But if you can't get it going again, then that's as done as your ice cream is going to get, which should be pretty done by that point in time. Otherwise, about the 20-minute mark, that's when we're going to pull it out, transfer it into other containers, and put it in the freezer. The ice cream is going to be done here any minute now. And what you're looking at now is my secondary containers. You go to a lot of amusement parks, they have a lot of popcorn buckets from Disney sitting around. These work great to put ice cream into. Fill them up about an inch or two from the top, put the lids back on them, put them in the freezer. This time, if you haven't done so, open your freezer up and make sure you got some place to set these things. Because you got a little over a gallon of ice cream coming out. Okay, we just pulled this out. Let's see what it's going to do. That looks good. Let's see how it tastes. Yep, that tastes really good. Now we've got to get all this stuff out of here. This stuff's kind of tricky to do. Be patient with it. You might make a mess doing it. Alright, there's the stirrer coming out. Let's get Let's get a little spatula to wipe this down with. Try to keep as much ice cream in as possible. Now, whether you did it right or wrong doesn't matter. The consistency of what you should have is just like this. About the consistency of warm soft serve. If that makes sense. Let's see if I could do this without making a huge mess. Unlikely, huh? We have enough volume. We'll just pour it. There we go. Pour it into the first one. Pour it into the second one. Pour it into the third one, and then we'll top a little bit off on the other ones. All right. That looks good. Now you've got some good homemade vanilla ice cream to share with other people on a nice warm day. Anyways, if you like it, my name's Ryan. Check out some of my other stuff, or my alter ego, Ryan the Ride Mechanic. You're into mechanical stuff. Other than that, hope you enjoy. Have a good one.